Okay, my friends, we'll give this another try. Sometimes you find difficulties in what things we're doing here, but in John 18 through 20, we're looking at now that we've passed the arrest of Jesus, we've went through two questionings from Annas the high priest and Caiaphas, and now they're taking him from Caiaphas to the Praetorium to stand judgment before Pilate, the governor of the province there. So you wonder, what's going on here between John 18:28 and John 19:16? Well, I'll tell you what, Pilate's dilemma. Yeah, they bring Jesus, an innocent man, to him, and they want to do his dirty work. But look what the scripture says. Let me read it to you. This is fascinating. In verse 28 it says, Then they led Jesus from Caiaphas to the Praetorium, and it was early morning. But they themselves didn't go into the Praetorium, lest they should be defiled, but that they might eat the Passover. So they brought her to Pilate. And Pilate went out unto them and said, What accusations do you bring against this man? And they answered and said unto him, and to Pilate, He's an evildoer. He's an evildoer, isn't everybody? Or we wouldn't have brought him to you. But look at this. Look at this dilemma. The Jewish leaders, they wouldn't enter into the Praetorium. This is a Gentile court. And the Passover was coming up. If they would have entered in that would have defiled them to go into the Gentiles. Here they're trying to murder the Son of God. Oh my goodness. Here they're trying to put to death Jesus himself, yet they don't want to defile themselves because of their religious system. My friends, what happens with your conscience in these kind of things? What happens to your decision making? It's hard to understand, but there's another principle here, that no matter if you're overzealous and over religious, or if you're a governor, you always have to deal with truth. And when you won't deal with your own conscience, then what do you have left? But a bad decision. Okay, so Pilate, he had to deal with them there. And what I noticed here through reading all the other Gospels as well, as Pilate had already been warned by his wife in a dream, don't you do anything evil against this man. And after questioning Jesus himself, he says, I can't find anything wrong with them. And the Jews said, well, we want you to do something to him. And they're putting pressure on him to the third degree. So he takes him back and questions him again and asks him, are you the king of the Jews? Are you a king? And Jesus explains to him about his kingship. Read for yourself in here. And so Pilate, he didn't know what to do. He can't find anything wrong with them. And he comes back to the Jews and gives them an explanation. And the only thing that he could think of here is he says, well, every year about this time I release somebody to the Jews. And they had one guy named Barabbas who was a robber and a murderer. And so Pilate thought, well, I'll take and scourge Jesus and bring him out, and then I'll offer him to them, and maybe they won't try to crucify him. Maybe they'll let him go. So, my friends, when your conscience won't deal straight up with the reality, this is what you do. You begin to compromise. So he had Jesus scourged and mocked, and they brought him out and presented him to and then he says, still can't find no guilt in him. And he said, he asked them, well, here I present you the king of the Jews. And they said, we don't have no king over us. We don't have any king but Caesar. Oh, my goodness sakes. They're going from worse to worse, the progression of denial of the truth. What do you have to walk in? When you won't look straight at the truth and deal with truth, what can you do? This is what happened with these people. And the kingship of Jesus was challenged greatly here. But in the truth, there was no challenge. He was. But he said, my kingdom is not of this world. Well, they grant this opportunity. Pilate says, okay, who do you want me to release? And they says, give us Barabbas. So they do. They give him, he does get Barabbas. And then he takes and he says to them, hey, look, I washed my hands of this thing. Uh, I'm not going to deal with it. I find no guilt in this man. You take him and you crucify him. So that's what they wanted. All they wanted to do is get the okay. So eventually, when the time came and everything was right, the officers took Jesus to crucify him. But the dilemma that they went through, all of these people denying the truth, looking at the truth in the flesh, and listening to the truth, and wanting something more than the truth. Oh, what a principle of life to live in, is to be honest to God and love the truth. My friends, if this story teaches us anything, is that we should humbly submit to the truth, especially in the person of Jesus Christ, and not make compromises all along the way like Pilate did, scourging Jesus and doing all these things in hope that they wouldn't crucify him, releasing even a robber murder unto them. Maybe they wouldn't crucify him. He did all of these things, including meet with Herod, which he'd like to pass the whole thing off to, but he didn't. Herod sent him right back. And so Jesus was running around all evening, clear to early morning, just running back and forth and getting beat on and mocked. And this was a horrible scene of people going through different things, mocking God, scourging God, saying, if he be the Son of God, oh my goodness. Oh dear. You know, these things are going to last forever. Nothing said in public, this won't be brought to light, my friends. So here they were. Here Pilate was making a decision. My friends, take this example. Take this example of people in government. Take this example as a person of authority. Take the example of you and the decisions you have to make and the truth you have to tell. To face the truth, to speak the truth, to love the truth. My friends, this is where to go with this. Or else, the outcome is the same. It's always minimal. It's always less than perfect. It's always sin. Mm-hmm. That's just the way it goes. Look at this. Read chapter 18, 19. It's a sad story about men. It proves that no matter how religious you are, no matter what temple you go to, it won't equal salvation. It won't equal your guarantee that you've made it. Mm-hmm. Face the truth, my friends. By grace you can be saved through faith, that not of ourselves. It's the gift of God, and submit to it. And begin daily submitting to the truth. Have I communicated to you something today in just this second part? We'll deal with 20 tomorrow, the crucifixion. This will be hard for me. I'd still squeam at this portion right here, and this what happened to Jesus. But also makes me mad to see how people treated him. My goodness. A person that went around healing their kids and helping folks be made well, doing nothing but good in front of a whole nation of people, and yet denying what you've seen with your own eyes, what you understood with your own heart to be good, 100% good, and then want to have something like religion or politics, whatever, wherever you're at in life, to supersede the truth. My friends, I'm trying to communicate. Love the truth. Deal with things truthfully, and you'll never be disappointed. I guarantee that. Okay, enough of this chapter, this session anyway. We'll get to the last one tomorrow, hopefully.